listening to pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 100. Long-term goal, coherence. Tack, Elsa. Today we have arrived at our sort of greater goal, or a goal that is useful for combining all of the other goals. Our long-term goal is about how we feel about our life at large. It's about how we think about our role in this. It's about what were yesterday, what is today, and what will be tomorrow. Our long-term goal is a goal to help when thinking about the future. Oftentimes, when we think about our future, we tend to overdo it in one way or another. It's very difficult to think about our future or our life at large without getting lightheaded or without being overwhelmed by feelings of responsibility or pressure or anticipation. Our long-term goal is coherence. And coherence is that we have a sense of being okay. Coherence is about having a sense of feeling whole. When we have coherence, we do not feel scattered. When we have coherence, we feel we are living our own life, not someone else's life. When we have coherence, we feel a sense of freedom to a degree that feels realistic. Not complete freedom, that doesn't exist, but a freedom that feels realistic. When we have coherence, we feel like being brave and showing up gets somewhat easier. We have 3 specific skills for our long-term situation. And those are melody, sketch, and lagom. Melody is about that some things in life just speaks to us. Some activities, some purpose, some people, some situations, some crafts, some goals just naturally speaks to us, and we naturally speak it. And melody, in our long-term sense, is that nothing is truly long-term if we do not feel that it is musical. When it doesn't feel like music to us, when it doesn't feel like it has meaning, when it doesn't feel like, when it doesn't feel beautiful or true, then it isn't us. It must carry some natural sense of aesthetics to us in order to feel coherent. Otherwise it just feels foreign. It just feels like we do not recognize it. Like we do not know what to do with it. Do not know how to engage with it. Specific skill sketch is about that oftentimes we carry our emotional life, our souls, strictly on the inside. We just restrict our thinking and our feeling to not letting it out. And specific skill sketch is about putting what is inside of us on the outside into something physical. And when it is physically real, also outside of us, then we relate to it in a good way. Cool things happen when we externalize our insides in the outside. Cool things in a coherent way. Life feels more coherent when we have it on paper also, or some other physical external medium. And then we have our third specific skill, which is lagom. Lagom is a Swedish term for nuancing, for finding just the right amount, for striking that balance when we're doing something, not too much and not too little. Lagom is a great skill for attuning ourselves, for sort of finding the proper spacing, the proper dynamics in life. So I guess we could sum it up. Melody, sketch, and lagom as melody, what to do, sketch, how to do it, and lagom, sort of this intangible flavor to it. Like if you play an instrument and you are really feeling it, then you're playing in a way that only you can play. Or if you are singing and you're really feeling it, then you're singing in a way that only you can do. That is about lagom. Lagom is about finding finding the right frequency. The fit, the conversation, the contact. The contact. In this last part of today's episode, we will speak about the coherence we did not inherit. One reason why people not so often strive for coherence in their lives is because to achieve coherence, we need to recognize the incoherence that we inherited from generations past. You have a mother, you have a father, you have grandparents on your mother's side. You have grandparents on your father's side. You have great-grandparents, 4 couples of them, and so on. And all of these people have lived very real lives. And you have inherited everything about their lives. Your coherence going forward, your future coherence, your long-term coherence has very much to do with who your people were. So what you know about your mother, your father, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and even further back. What you know about them goes hand in hand with your sense of coherence in life, of feeling whole, of feeling like yourself. And it's not about quantity, it's not about knowing everything. That's not possible. It's about quality. It's about intuitively feeling like you get it. If you intuitively feel like you get your mother, in a sense, if you intuitively feel like you get your father, also in a sense, and your grandparents, and the people before them, if you have a physical, intuitive feeling of who they were, what they were about, and how they experienced this thing, then you will be on your way to coherence. And if you achieve a sense of past coherence, you will much more easily learn how to find future coherence. Everything just makes more sense. Choosing, making your choices in life just gets infinitely more sound, more personal for you, if you also know what has led up to you, who has led up to you. Knowing your people, knowing yourself as a person with persons, a person among other persons. And these different specific skills, melody, sketch, lagom, these are just a few tools, a few skills in order to grasp this deeper practice of coherence, grasping our past, grasping our present, and grasping our future. And also allowing ourselves to be grasped, to be moved, to be affected by what were, what is, and what will be. That is coherence. Another way of saying coherence is to say our people past and present. It's about people. It's about very real people, specific people. Specific people. When you meet someone and look them in the eye, there's just that one person who feels like that. No one else. No one else. We are not interchangeable. Many forces right now, especially in times of conflict, in times of war, in times of great change, want to make people believe that they are interchangeable. This is a lie. They are not. No one is. And any one person who wants to convince someone that they are interchangeable, they are just feeling sad for the moment. And that's the truth. So, if you feel interchangeable, then you better make some changes. Then you better get busy getting to know your people past, your parents, your grandparents, and your great-grandparents. That's a good point to start. And then, after that, then you can move on to the people in the here and now. Your siblings, your extended family, your spouse, your kids. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And coherence takes time. It is long term. It takes long time. It takes great effort on our part. The road is not straight. There are a lot of hurdles on the way. There will be setbacks. You will make many mistakes. You will hurt people. You will get hurt. And that's the right way. That's the engaged way. That's it for today. Thank you.